Welcome to The Source, where we combine the headlines with in-depth conversations with the newsmakers themselves. I'm Pinky Webb. Today on the program,
lumaki akong busabos, ngunit hindi ako naging bastos.
Manila Mayor Isko Moreno officially declares his 2022 presidential bid.
Wala akong sasabihin tungkol sa current administration. Ang kalaban natin, COVID eh. Medical problem to.
Choosing a medical doctor as his running mate with a promise of a better COVID-19 response. What else can the Batang Maynila offer this time around that could take him to Malacañang? Up close and personal, Manila Mayor Isko Moreno and Dr. Willie Ong join us live. Let's go straight to the sources of the story. We have presidential aspirant and Manila Mayor Isko Moreno and his vice presidential running mate, Dr. Willie Ong. Yorme, Dr. Willie, magandang umaga po sa inyong dalawa and welcome to the source.
Thank you, Pinky. Maraming salamat sa iyo at sa iyong mga staff dyan sa CNN. At kay partner Doc, Willie, good morning.
Good morning po. Yorme.
Okay. Okay, umpisahan na po natin kay Mayor Isko. Yorme, malakas naman po talaga yung ugong-ugong, natatakbo kayo bilang Pangulo. And for the most part, sinasabi nyo na trabaho muna ang kailangan yung gawin, ano? I'm sure there are a number of reasons that push you to run. But if I were to ask you, ano ho yung top 3 reasons or things or circumstances that actually pushed you to run? And a follow-up question on that was, why was the declaration made yesterday? Dahil marami pong nagulat.
Okay. Thank you. Una, siyempre, alam mo, kung sarili ko lang ang iisipin ko, dito na lang sa Maynila, and we'll see the countries like, having so much trouble and challenges ng mga tao. Para bang nakakaawa naman na panoorin ko na lang yung laban. Nakakalumo talaga ang tunay na sitwasyon sa baba. No? But be that as it may, this is democracy. I thought, okay, sige, we'll offer something for our people. Different things like, bilisan natin ng kilos and all other things. And fortunately, at salamat naman sa mga weeks of inikayat natin si Doc na maging bahagi ng plano natin to really address our COVID situation in the country so that we can focus more on our economic recovery. Like in Manila, na partner ko, Doktor, at so far naman, sa awa ng Diyos, matagumpay naman yung partnership ng mayor at vice mayor na doktora. So sabi natin, tingnan natin niya yung si Doc Willie. Kasi nakikita ko si Doc Willie na mukhang may puso to sa tao on his own. On its own, kumikilos siya at hindi rin siya nagpapapigil. Kaya yun ang naisip namin. Sige, at salamat naman, umuo si Doc Willie. Alam ko marami rin nagkumbinsi sa kanya na tumakbong senador. Isa na nga rin ako doon. But we opted, diinan na natin to. Ipakita natin sa tao yung layunin natin, bakit tayo sasali sa halalan. Yung layunin na ang partner natin can continue to address the current situation with regard to health issue. So that most of our time will be dedicated in addressing future jobs for our people, certainty with our policies, and so on and so forth. So these are the things that the reason bakit kami nakipag-apply, kasama kaming aplikante sa mamamayan para sa pagpanguluhan at vice presidente.
Yorme, although meron pong sumusuporta of course sa inyo, meron din ho kasing nagsasabi na kaka-mayor lang, pangulo na kaagad. Hindi man lang nag-senador, hindi man lang nag-vice president, diretso sa pagkapangulo. What do you say to those people who are saying na tila nagmamadali naman ata kayo?
Well, that's a good point. I respect that opinion. But let me refresh your memories that I've been serving the city and the government for 23 years of my life. I'm 46 years old. Half of my life was dedicated to public service. Second, remember, marami rin namang mga taong nahalal, no? Nahalal na mga, by yung siguro nature or ano tawag yan, destiny. In the likes of Sumalangit Nawa, si Tita Cory, no? Si Tita Cory, nahalal ng tao, naupo ng tao, kahit na siya ay plain housewife, wala rin siyang experience because yung trust ng tao. Kasi yun naman ang importante muna yung tiwala sa iyo yung tao. At marami rin nahalal ng mga senador. Pinky, ha? Marami rin nahalal ng senador. Wala rin public office or they are in a different agency for a short period of time, then they got elected. So, to cut the long story short, as far as I am concerned, I've been serving the public half of my life. No, I think that thing speaks for itself. Second, modesty aside, pinagsikapan naman namin na yung kalugmukan ng Maynila sa mahabang panahon, naitaguyod naman natin, naibalik ulit natin yung tanyag ng pagiging kapitolyo ng bansa. In fact, we became competitive in the world, like in the Bloomberg philanthropy. Out of 263 cities in the world, we became top 50 finalists in that competition.
Yeah.
And including the national agencies of our country. Nung last year, despite the pandemic, binigyan naman tayo ng pagkilala. And in mga sertifikasyon ng pagpapatakbo ng gobyerno ng maayos, ng iba pang ahensya ng gobyerno. So in a short period of time, despite the pandemic, nagtuloy-tuloy ang buhay at pamamahala sa lungsod ng Maynila. And these are the things that we need, going against this pandemic na talagang mananatili pa sa atin hanggang 2022.
All right. So let me shift to Dr. Willie Ong. Dr. Ong, again, magandang umaga po sa inyo. Napansin ko po kahapon, tila wala kayong prepared speech. Ano po? May kinuha lang kayo sa parang polo nyo na maliit na papel. Some of the stuff that I remember na sinabi niyo po, wala talaga po ito sa inyong plano. And a lot will agree that this came from left field. Nagulat talaga yung mga tao na ikaw ang vice presidential bet ni Mayor Isko, no? Pero dalawa po yung sinabi niyo that struck sa akin. Sabi niyo po, maraming coincidence at yung pangalawa, sabi niyo may kutob kayo kay Yorme. Ano ho ba talaga yung kutob niyo kay Mayor Isko? At nagdesisyon kayong sumabak at tumakbo bilang Vice President?
Yes, talagang pinagdasal ko maigi, tinitingnan ko siya maigi kasi marami na ako nami-meet ng mga politiko doon sa mga experience ko sa 2019. Gusto ko makita kung talagang mabibigay niya, magagawa ba niya to at pinagdasal ko maigi. Tapos nung nakita ko, right now I'm very confident he can do it. When I see him, I feel confident. Nakikita ko maganda yung partnership namin. Sinibigay niya sa akin na alagaan itong health sector, kung anong magandang na ibibigay sa kababayan natin, kung ano yung mga susunod na second generation vaccine kasi pipili tayo niya. Ano isasaksak sa ating katawan, pati sa mga anak natin. Papaaralin na ba natin sa school o hindi pa? Anong gamot ang ibibigay? Napakahalaga nito. Kung ano meron sa mayayamang bansa, sa Amerika, sa Europa, kawawa naman yung kababayan natin kung hindi natin ibibigay ito. Nakita ko nagagawa niya sa Maynila. And he's really very serious in studying lahat itong mga health problems. Pero kung matutulungan ko siya, sabi ko nga, okay naman ako kung sa Senado, pag-iisipan ko. Pero kung saan niya ako gusto ilagay, susunod lang ako.
Okay, pag-usapan po natin yung popularity. Sabi ni Mayor Isko, I'm neither the son or the daughter of a president. Ang dagdag nyo pa, walang mga avenues named after your family, kahit waiting shed. Sabi nyo nga, wala. Iisa lang yung pangalan na Domagoso. While you may seem popular, Yorme, sa Metro Manila, maybe sa Calabarzon, paano ho ninyo siguro i-introduce yung sarili ninyo sa mga taong posibleng hindi talaga kayo kilala sa mga liblib na lugar? Ang City of Manila ho ba ang magiging showcase ninyo para mapakilala kayo sa mga taong hindi kayo kilala?
Well, what happened to Manila is just one thing. No? Siyempre gusto ko rin ma-meet, makilala ako ng mga tao doon sa bundok ng Tralala, sa talagang sulok ng bansa. And we have that kind of commitment that we will go to them and try to be reasonable and express our intention, state our intention to the far-flung areas of our country. And I hope I will be given a chance. But then again, Pinky, hindi naman to Mr. and Mrs. Congeniality competition. Hindi naman to Mr. and Mrs. Universe. This is about the lives of our people. And history or things that you have done in the past or even records of what you have done is an asset also that can be shared to every Filipino. Yun naman ang akin, ipagtatapat ko naman kung ano yung nagawa sa Maynila at ano yung mga pangarap natin at yung karakter natin, because tingin ko nowadays yung values ng isang kandidato at saka yung kanyang mga karanasan isa sa mga pwedeng maibenta sa ating mga mamamayan bilang aplikante. When you try to apply for a job, di ba? Tinitingnan yung experience mo, tinitingnan na pati mga yung educational background mo, tinitingnan nyo, sinisiyasat yun. Or tinitingnan din nila, who are you as a person? No? So meron kang experience, medyo sana pumasa ako sa academic background na requirements nila. Tapos yung point of use, that's very important because it's going to be a policy. Remember, we all know that halos lahat ng lumalabas sa bibig ng leader, it became a policy. So that is very important in job interview, during the job interview. Ayun naman ang gagawin naman natin. And I hope my fellow Visayan, by blood, Pinky, I am 100 Bisaya. Hindi mo lang makikita sa akin, at hindi ko naman yan ikinubli, but my father is from Panay Island. Antique. My mother is from Samar. Sila ay mga biktima ng neglect ng nakaraan. Katulad din ng mga ibang kababayan natin sa probinsya. Kasi kung naging mabuti ang pamahalaan sa kanila nung araw, ay hindi sila pupunta sa Maynila para mag-squatter at magbaka sakali. So I am the product of that. And it's very clear of the connection. So if we can make it better there, in the provinces, in the far-flung areas, sa mga bundok ng Tralala, wala nang pupunta sa Maynila at para magbaka sakali at mag-squatter dito na mas mahirap ang buhay. So if we can send that kind of message and hope, or at least put into action, hindi lang yung lip service, then I think there will be an equal opportunity anywhere in the country in the coming future.
And speaking of popularity, I also want to ask Dr. Willie Ong. He's very popular on Facebook. You have 16 million followers. Sa YouTube, ata 6.5 million ang iyong followers. However, tumakbo ho kayo in 2019, and obviously, while you made it to number 18, obviously hindi po kayo nanalo. How do you plan, siguro sir, Dr. Ong, to translate this popularity on social media? How do you plan to translate that into votes in 2022?
Siyempre, I'll just be myself. Gagawin natin yung kaya natin, and I'll be joining Mayor Isko sa mga pupuntahan niya, sa mga interviews niya. And I learned a lot in 2019. I learned a lot about politics, the good points, the bad points, and maraming lessons doon are very important. And I'll be taking those for 2020.
Kailan ho kayo mag-o-officially resign sa Lakas CMD, sir?
I think they have talked already with Lakas CMD. Actually, I wanted to stay in Lakas CMD, but I'm not sure what is the process there. So if I have to resign, I will join Mayor Isko's party.
All right, we need to take a very short break. The source will be right back. And you're watching The Source on CNN Philippines. I'm Pinky Webb. Our guest today, Manila Mayor Isko Moreno and Dr. Willie Ong. Just very briefly, I want to touch on this to both gentlemen. Really, the choice of Mayor Isko was Senator Grace Poe. Sabi na po ni Mr. Lito Banayo, you tried and tried, but in the end, she said no. I wanted to ask you both, do you think this is divine intervention or maybe even destiny that because humindi po si Senator Grace Poe, ay kayo po, Mayor, naghanap ho kayo ng ibang partner. Because if it was Senator Grace Poe, obviously, hindi po top of mind yung isang tao, vice presidential bet na mangunguna sa COVID response ng gobyerno sakaling manalo kayo.
Alam mo, ang maganda nga minsan, alam mo, yung sinasabi ko lagi, ang mga pagsubok sa buhay teaches you lessons. And from the lessons, you will learn. Ang maganda naman, pag nadapa ka, bumangon ka agad. And these are the things that we need in the coming days, months, and weeks, and years of our lives dealing with pandemic. Tama yung sinabi mo. Alam mo, sinabi ko rin yung kaila Doc Willie noon. Sabi ko, siguro talagang sinasadya ng tadhana, no? Na from with all the challenges, no, dealings with some leaders of our country, then here we are. Pinaglinaw ang isip natin. No? Why not? Then we analyze it. What are the challenges of coming days? And science will agree with us that pandemic or COVID-19 will stay. So, tingnan natin. We offer something. And I agree with you. I do believe in God. Naniniwala ako kay Jesus, no? Kay Mama Mary. Baka nga mamaya, hulog ng langit itong sitwasyon namin ni Doc Willie to really offer something different. And the thing speaks for itself. No? Doktor, Vice President, tapos Presidente, may karanasan, may managerial skills, no? At battle, modesty aside, I think Dr. Willie and I are battle-tested in the COVID situation in our country, in his own world, in our world, here in Manila. Kaya I would think that way, that maybe God intervened. Hopefully, I'm not using God in this conversation, but sa'yo na rin naman ang galing, maybe nga, may awahan Diyos.
Si Dr. Ong, I'm going to change the question naman. Meron ho kasing si political analyst, si Dean Tony Lavinia. Ang sabi po niya, stroke of genius daw itong partnership na to. I believe he was the one that said that because bago, out of the box, kumbaga nga. Kayo ho ba confident? That's what I want to know. Are you confident with such a team up that this will actually change people's perspective na nakasanayan na ang binoboto ho talaga mga politiko na presidente at vice president. This is obviously, again, to use the term out of the box, are you confident that this will allow people to gravitate towards Isko Moreno and Dr. Willie Ong tandem?
For me, Pinky? Yes, ang focus ko lang, Pinky, talaga, if Mayor Isko wins for the next 6 years, ano magagawa natin? Specifically sa health sector. So iniisip ko na kung anong gagawin, ano yung COVID response natin, for health workers, hospitals, medicines, vaccines, especially yung trust ng people, yung pronouncement. Like for now, mababa yung vaccination rate natin. So iniisip ko na anong magagawa natin in 6 years, maybe a new infectious disease hospital, we need the Center for Disease Control para dito sa atin. So very neglected na yung health sector. After the health sector, we are studying the whole program of government. 5 hours na kami nag-aaral nito. Bilis kilo. So, we're really studying
Ano po
and
yun?
ready for entry.
Doc Willie, I will follow up na dahil napaka-importante yung mga sinasabi niyo. For example, Philippine Genome Center, hindi ho ba, nasa Luzon, kailangan natin sa Visayas and Mindanao. They were asking for 100 million peso budget and 50 million Visayas, 50 million in Mindanao. RITM, pinag-usapan na rin po. You mentioned that, mga hospital, nurses, etc. But very important, yung sinabi niyong vaccine. Sabi niyo, ituturo ko sa inyo yung pinakamabisang bakuna. Ano ho ba para sa inyo ang pinakamabisang bakuna ngayon?
Ang pinakamabisang bakuna, yung darating na bakuna, yung second generation vaccines, yung may panlaban sa Delta variant. Diba? Yung ngayon, pag-iisipan natin, booster, no booster. I'm just saying, we will get the best science. Na tingin namin, we will get the best experts. Kilala ko to. And we will decide based on ano ibibigay ko sa pamilya ko. Diba? Not based on other factors. Alam niyo na naman anong other factors eh. Kailangan doktor ang magli-lead nitong COVID response.
But isn't that also, do you see the challenges of that being such a tall order because of the inequity, yung kulang po ng mga bakuna sa mga nagtatanong bakit madaming Sinovac? Dahil Sinovac po, ang milyon-milyon na nagdala ng bakuna dito. Some of course favor Pfizer, maybe even Moderna, but it seems the problem is the lack of supply. How will you be able to, even as a doctor, nasabihin po natin for the sake of argument, sabihin na mas mabisa ho talaga ang Pfizer, kunwari lang po or Moderna, pero dahil po may kakulangan ng bakuna, baka hindi din po talaga mapunta sa bansa yung mga the best, kunwari po, na bakuna. How do you intend to solve that?
Yes, tama po. It's very possible na hindi tayo mabibigyan nito mga best vaccines, pero it will not be from lack of effort. Talagang tututukan ni Mayor yan. Ngayon pa lang, intention to order na tayo. Kung dito lalabas, siyempre pupusta na tayo o order na tayo dito. Depending paglabas ng stats, o order na tayo dito. So based on what is best for our people, we will do our best. Okay lang naman sa tao, we try to get this medicine, pero it's not available. So ito na lang. Pero yung masakit, yung hindi mo sure kung kinuha pa, hindi ba kinuha. So yung trust pag nawala yung trust ng mga public at doon sa mga doctors na maggagamot sa kanila, mawawala. Pag nawala yung trust, hindi gagaling yung pasyente. Magugulo lang tayo. So maybe I can offer that. Having said that, I'm not saying anything against the government. They are doing their best. Maybe we will just do it different. Ibang style ni Yorme, iba rin naman ang style natin para pagsasama. Maganda po teamwork namin.
Yeah, just to follow up, when sinabi niyo po during your speech yesterday na nakita niyo po yung mga healthcare workers natin umiiyak, plain and simple, sakali pong manalo si Mayor, manalo po kayo, alam naman po natin yung problema ngayon, yung current problem. Mababa po ang sahod, hindi po nila nakukuha yung kanilang mga benefits. Is there a commitment from you, dahil nga para kayo ho ang mangunguna ng health issue natin From you, number 1, tataasan ang sweldo ng mga healthcare workers, at number 2, siguradong mabibigay po yung kanilang mga benepisyo.
Sigurado bibigay ni Yorme yan at hindi lang yan. Siyempre gusto natin libreng dialysis, di ba, sa mga hospital as much as we can. We're not promising anything 6 months, 12 months. Kung ano yung kaya, ano makukuha natin na pera, talaga ibibigay natin yan. Especially the medicines sa mga primary care, sa mga health centers. Siyempre dapat puno ng gamot. Hindi naman pwede patingi-tingi sa mga kababayan natin. So focus namin ni Yorme, which is very similar, yung aabot on the ground. We don't want PowerPoint presentation, magre-relax lang dito, tapos na gusto natin maramdaman ng tao na sila mismo matutuwa at magpapasalamat sa atin, sasabihin, ay tama pala siya ang pinili ko.
We need to take a very short break. The Source will be right back. you're watching The Source on CNN Philippines. I'm Pinky Webb. We're gonna have to say goodbye now on television. The Source is really just 30 minutes long, Mayor and Dr. Willie Ong. So we're gonna say goodbye on television. Pagpapatuloy po natin to sa Facebook. So thank you for joining us here on The Source. I'm Pinky Webb. You're watching CNN Philippines.